Good morning, everybody. Welcome again to another Lifekeys devotional. This is Sam Casillas. I hope you are doing well, and once again that you are living in the blessing and favor of the Lord. I want to speak on a topic just that I'll entitle Mind Your Own Business. I know that this title may seem like it's confrontational, but in its essentiality, it is more addressing the fact of someone or an individual living their life with a sense of steps in order to fulfill success. For example, my scriptures come from Proverbs 16 and verse 9, which says, "The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." I want to talk about just a couple principles that we can establish in our everyday life to really give us a basis and a foundation for that same spiritual success. I'll be quick here. The first principle would be you must seek God's kingdom first. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you." If you want to learn discipline fast, if you want to learn about prioritizing money, tithing, or just giving in general, if you want to learn emotional stability, you pray. If you want to learn how to navigate through situations and find answers, you'll find it in the Bible. So the first principle that we must remember is that we must seek God's kingdom, because in it are the establishment of a man's ways. The steps of a good man are ordered of the Lord. The second principle, learn the principle of working hard in everything you do. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters." This second principle is incredibly important because it establishes it differentiates a spirit-filled man versus the man that follows his own ways. Well, what would that mean? Misconception number one says we tend to look at this verse and think that this only applies to a workplace or school. But we have to understand that if you don't work hard in your workplace or school, what is obviously going to be the end result? Well, it's going to be that you're definitely not going to have food provided. You're definitely not going to have the clothes on your back, the shoes on your feet. And if we don't work hard in school, well, for my young ones, if you don't succeed in school, you'll have failing grades, which ultimately will lead to a delay in your future plans that you've made for yourself. So it's very important that each and every day as adults, you watching adults and even you teenagers watching now, that we must establish a hard-working attitude each and every day, doing everything that we do with all of our might. The third principle, be okay with feeling alone. This may seem like it doesn't really apply to you, or it may not even apply to an everyday feeling because you're so crowded with the busyness of life that you don't have time to actually sit down and think of being alone. But James 1:12 says this, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him." I think it would be agreed to realize the fact that none of us, or the majority of us, don't like or want to be alone. But the truth is, whether you want to be alone or not, you will be faced with a situation or in a place physically where you are going to have to learn to cope or succeed in it. Again, why? Because it's in these times that God has designed us as his creation to start relying on him. And again, all throughout the Bible, there are countless examples of men and women throughout the Bible that were left alone. But in that aloneness, God was able to bring something great out of them. And then the fourth principle that I want you to consider is find and know your worth. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. We must establish our confidence in the Lord, for without it, we are weak. And the final principle for the day, and this will close it out, is mind your own business. Again, 2 Corinthians 10:12 says this, "We do not dare to classify or compare ourselves with someone who commend themselves. When they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are not wise." So in essence, as I close this daily devotional, I want to encourage you today that if you put your head to the plow, if you truly work hard with a mindset that I'm doing everything that I'm doing now unto the Lord, you will find great success. And if you won't let the factors surrounding yourself You won't let the intimidation, how wealthy this person is compared to what your wealth looks like, or someone's spirituality compared to yours. The enemy of an individual is comparison. So I want to encourage you, each and anybody that's watching this, that as you go throughout your day, put the spiritual blinders on. Put think nothing but hard work in everything you do, and you will succeed. God, I thank you for everyone that's been able to watch this. I'm thankful for everyone that's got a hold of this video. I pray, God, that you would encourage them, strengthen them, and I pray that He would continue to bless you as you work for His kingdom. God bless you.